John, can you tell us about that interception there on that second play of the game, and then how you were able to bounce back from that?
That was a bad throw, bad decision. I held my eyes for a second trying to get an in-breaker on some leverage, and can't make that throw, but I was almost like once I threw it, I settled in. So learn from that, watch the film, and then move on.
Maria?
John, overall, what was the whole experience like for you? Did it move quickly? What was the game like?
What was the experience like? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun, to be honest. A little anxious going in, if I'm being 100% honest. And once I got rolling, I was just playing football again. And it was fun that we got the win. There's obviously a ton of room for improvement. Missed a few throws, got to convert in the red zone. But overall, I'm just happy we got the win. We're in the playoffs and moving on to the next game.
Rashawn?
Hey, John. Coach McVay just talked about it. It seemed like that third down run you had after the interception, you picked up the first down there. It seemed like that kind of got you settled in, got you going. How did that kind of impact the way you were able to see the rest of the game?
Yeah, once I came out after that pick, I felt good. I told him on the side, hey, I'm good. Don't worry about me. And we had that, I had that throw to Van, missed him by a foot, but I was seeing the field better, and then converted that first down. They were in two-man, didn't have anyone for me, and just got in a rhythm. And we were just moving the ball, I think, efficiently throughout the day. Obviously, again, I keep saying this, convert in the red zone, but I felt good out there. I felt comfortable. I didn't feel overwhelmed.
Seemed like a lot of empty backfields. What did you guys see during the week, and how was that so prevalent? Being able to be incorporated into the game plan today.
Yeah, I enjoy being in empty. I like being able to see the field, how bodies disperse. So that was something we felt like was an advantage for us, and so we activated a good amount today, and it worked out well.
Thanks. Congrats.
Jordan, then Gary.
Hey, John. What family was watching you today, and what were the conversations like leading up to this game?
Obviously, my parents, my aunt and uncle, who I'm extremely close with, my brother, my sister. I mean, I think everyone in my family. I'm the third youngest of 18 cousins, and I'm sure everyone was tuned in. So I had texts during the week. I got to respond to my texts. I have like 350 texts that I haven't responded to. So do that on the ride home.
Sorry. And then you mentioned settling in. When you make plays with your feet in the way you did, and especially maybe on a couple of designed plays in that regard, does that help you settle in? Do you get into a rhythm that way?
Yeah, I think getting hit is a good thing sometimes to get you settled into a game. And so when I activated those runs, got a first down there on that third down, just felt good. So it's something where I have the athleticism to do it, and if it helps us win, I'm going to do it.
Gary? All right, Gary, you're still muted. We'll go to Kevin.
John, do you have any expectation about what happens next week, whether Jared comes back, or would it be disappointing if you wound up back on the sideline?
No, I mean, I'm here to do a job, and I have no idea where he's at. I'm just trying to enjoy this win, and then I'll put my head down and work on. I think we have Seattle starting tomorrow, but no info on that.
And what was the moment like when you guys knew you'd won, or you had the game put away and you're in the playoffs? Was the celebration or the congratulations any different today than it would be for any other game?
Well, I've never won a game, so I don't know what the normal congratulations feels like. So that's my first one, and I'll use that as a barometer and let you know if it changes.
We'll go Bill, then Lindsay.
Yeah, going back to that moment after you threw the interception, you're on the sidelines telling your teammates you were good. What made you say that? You were just throwing a pick in your first NFL pass. What gave you that composure to say you were good?
I just knew that I prepared well. I felt good throwing the ball. The ball was spinning out of my hand, and it almost like settled me in a weird way. I remember when I was in high school, we were playing a good team, and I threw a pick the first play of the game, and then came back and played great. So I was kind of thinking about that. And that's football. There is ups and downs. You're going to make bad decisions. Jared always says this thing to me. It's, he says pace. It's performance after a critical error. And you just kind of reset yourself and move on to the next play because you can't change what just happened.
Can you tell how much your teammates rallied around you today? Could you feel that from them?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the defense played unbelievable. We got a block on special teams. Guys were fired up. We had energy throughout the entire game. So I'm grateful for all the guys that stepped up and made plays. It was a team win across the board, and I just love this organization. I'm happy they have given me a shot.
Lindsay?
John, super important question here, but have you decided if you're going to delete that LinkedIn account since you got that first NFL win?
I said that almost as a joke. If I'm being smart, the reality is football ends at some point. Hopefully it's in 20 years. So I'll probably keep it active. I want to know with it active, so we'll just keep it up.
Michael Duarte?
Yeah, John, 2 questions. You mentioned the red zone inefficiency, I guess, in this game, regardless of who's behind center next week. How do you fix that? And then second question, I think you completed over 320-plus yard completions this game, which is something the team hasn't done in many weeks. What was working to able to see your vision and your guys on deep passes like that?
Yeah, to your first question, red zone efficiency, we got to go back to work. We can't have penalties that, we're on, I think it was 2nd and 1 on the 1, and then we take 2 penalties to go to 2nd and 11. When you get in that 10, 11 yard range, it's hard because the field condenses, and then, it's like, all right, do you run it on first down? And then it's, 2nd and 8. So I have to be better down there. I had a misread there. I threw one out of the back of the end zone where I had Gerald when they were in cover 0. And then there were some things that I could have done better to make us more efficient. So go back, you watch the film, you learn from it, and you move on. What was your second question? I'm sorry.
There are 3 completions of over 20 yards. What was able to get you to see the deep passes in this game?
Yeah, there were a few times where their corners were a little jumpy on some outbreakers, trying to make some plays off my eyes. And I had a pretty good feel for it, and I saw him trigger. And both times we were able to hit, Higgs on one and then Cam on the other down the sideline. A few throws I wish I had back, but all in all, we got the win, and I'm happy for that.
The last couple for John. So we've got Jim Alexander, and then we'll try one more time with Gary.
Yeah, John, even beyond what happens next week, whether you start again or whether Jared starts again, what does this do for your confidence going forward? You were in a regular season NFL game with a lot on the line. You got through it. You won. What does that do for you going forward?
I think it definitely helps with the anxiety before the game. I just feel like, you always go like, I can play. But until you do it, there's a little bit of apprehension if I'm being candid. And I felt great out there, started making plays, and it's one game, but I know the next time I play, I'll have half the amount of nerves, and I'm grateful for that, to be honest.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks, John.
Thank you, guys. Have a good Sunday evening. Thanks.